your partner is saying things that you don't want to hear, you tune them out. You stop listening. Instead is saying in your head what you want them to be saying.
Your face.
That's a bit rapey. Right then, let's go for a what the fuck is wrong with you then?
And the text on the video says, Toxic Spirituality 101. What do you say in the moment to the person saying the things you don't want to hear? And this is her response.
How do you manifest a person who's telling you they don't want to be with you? Well, in the moment, while they're saying those things, you want to practice revision.
So hang on, did she say, how do you manifest someone who doesn't want to be
who
with you?
doesn't want to be with you, who's telling you they don't want to be with you.
But I thought manifestation, like, I have fundamental misunderstandings here, clearly. I thought manifestation was, if you will something, it'll come into existence.
Yes, and she's saying that you are going to will a relationship out of someone who doesn't want to have a relationship with you.
That's a bit rapey.
Yeah.
Spiritual, no, I won't make that joke.
Okay.
For example, I manifested my ex back and wow, it's going great. Listen, he has said some terrible things to me. He has said he's not ready for a relationship. He doesn't want to live together. He doesn't see a future with us. He doesn't see us getting married. He's not in love with me. He sees me as just a friend. He wants space. He doesn't want to talk anymore. He doesn't see this ever working out. Yes, he has said
Those
all
are
of
the
those
things he has
things
said to her.
Yeah, like he's actually
And
come out and
she's
said
still,
them.
like, he has said all of those things, and she's still like, nah.
Yeah. The person
I'm
reacted.
I'm gonna make this happen.
The little person in the corner reacted to it's hilarious.
Yeah.
Just pulls her hood up. This is scary.
Yeah.
But I manifested all of that to change. We have a house together now. We are building a future, and our relationship is so unbelievably happy and healthy. I want you guys to have that too. And so,
Okay, so far we're a third of the way in. It's given I don't know a better term for it that's less misogynistic, but it's given bunny boiler vibes.
Giving okay.
You know what I mean?
I get
was it
it.
Fatal
Yeah,
Attraction?
bunny boiler. I get it. It's very. I think her boyfriend has Stockholm syndrome.
Yeah, yeah, that's what I mean. Yeah,
yeah, like he's told her all of these things, and now she's like, "We're in a home. We're super happy. We're super healthy." It's like I think he just gave up because he was scared or tired or something.
yeah. It kind of feels like a lot of the stuff where with that we've spoken about previously with men and dating, and you know, in your clip about the romantic comedies, like, you know, she's given off a different version of that.
And honestly, if it was like, this is giving the same vibes as the guy we spoke about a couple weeks ago who would chase a girl down because he wanted her to hear a song.
Yeah.
The only reason there's probably not as much public outcry for this video as there was for his is because, right or wrong, everyone assumes that a man would be able to defend himself physically against a woman. So, you know, perhaps this man is not in the same kind of danger that a woman would be in if the roles were reversed.
Yeah, it's not physical violence, that kind of danger. This is psychological or financial kind of violence. Like, she's basically groomed him to be with her. Yeah.
That poor bloke.
Yeah, because grooming essentially is whenever there's a power imbalance and someone has some kind of malicious intent behind it, like, oh no, nefarious intent behind it. 3 episodes, and then that means that's kind of like one of the aspects of grooming, is it she clearly has a power imbalance with this guy and she's manipulated him into being in a relationship with her.
I would love to hear his side of the story.
Yeah. Just a fixed grin. I'm very happy.
I know, like the poor guy in Get Out. Like, I
haven't seen it.
I'm trapped. Oh,
Yeah.
It's a great movie. You should watch it.
Yeah, I really want to. I like was it
Jordan Peele?
That's it, Jordan Peele. I get him and Michael Keaton confused when we switch their names up. But yeah.
I'm going to tell you how you can deal with things in the moment. When your partner is saying things that you don't want to hear and you want to use manifestation to fix it, what you do is you tune them out respectfully, but you stop listening.
respectfully tune someone out? Look at your head's about to explode.
Yeah, that is so abusive. Like, if like,
I know we shouldn't be laughing, but this woman is bats.
it's not mocking laughter. It is a laughter of disbelief, and it's a coping mechanism.
Yeah, this is horrifying. That
Yeah.
poor man.
Honestly, I don't know. Like, I don't know how else to react to it.
Yeah, like she's respectfully tuned them out. There's absolutely no respectful way to do that to somebody.
Yeah. I mean, this is the kind of thing. Okay, so we were talking before about that guy who kind of just got involved in the tater tot stuff and kind of like went off the rails a bit, and then accused his girlfriend, or his wife rather, of baby trapping him. But it's like they're married. What people are supposed to be talking about is this kind of scenario where people can get trapped in relationships. It doesn't matter either gender. This is something that both genders can do, and then this is what like people are supposed to be afraid of. And then people like the tater tots have said it the wrong way, so that guys in happy 6-year marriages freak out for no reason. But no, this is what we're talking about. This is that scenario. This
is the dangerous shit.
Yeah.
And what you start doing instead is...
This creator blocked me so fast. I've never been blocked faster, honestly. Maybe she's seen my videos before. I just left a couple of comments. Her whole account, it's her caption on her account. Let me show you. Get your ex back meditation. I manifested an ex back into my life, and then he almost killed me. So yeah, that...
Wow. Wow. We can continue listening to her reaction, or we can head on to the next one, because that's when she talks about part 2.
Let's go
spiritual psychosis.
Yeah, spiritual psychosis is real. Let's see what they make of this.
I mean, fortunately, she doesn't have a huge account, so she's probably not reaching a ton of people, but there's always the potential that it's going to just reach the wrong people with that message.
Well, and the thing is that most people wouldn't follow that kind of account because, like, you can just feel it. You can feel the insanity and the manipulation. But the only people that are going to be following that is either for the lulz or because they're vulnerable.
Yes. And that's the worrisome part, is the vulnerable people who are watching it.
Yeah, exactly.
Which is always the case. I mean, it's always, whether it's her or Tater or Tots or Sterling or Connor. Haven't seen Connor in a while.
Oh yeah. But yeah, that's the thing. It's like it's all cult behavior, isn't it? The way they just rope people in and just prey on all those vulnerabilities and exploit. But yeah, let's see what happens in this one.
When your partner is saying things that you don't want to hear and you want to use manifestation to fix it, what you do is you tune them out respectfully, but you stop listening. And what you start doing instead is saying in your head what you want them to be saying.
Your face.
This is terrifying.
Your face.
Oh my god. This is actually a nightmare. This is the kind of thing that would be in a Stephen King book. This is like Misery. I feel like she's going to break my ankles or something, or chop my feet off.
We haven't seen the boyfriend pop up in the video, so we don't know what situation he's in.
He's strapped to that furniture in the background with a gag in his mouth. We're happy, aren't we? We're happy.
That poor guy.
I wonder how aware of it he is. Like, is it like, you know, is it like most of the time you wake up in the night and then you never remember it and it's all like a bit hazy? Is he having a dissociative experience, or is he fully aware?
Or maybe she's just convinced him, right? It's like the victims, like female victims of abuse, have been so worn down. I mean, and male, obviously, have been so worn down into believing that they don't deserve better, or this is all you're going to get, or, you know, it doesn't have to be a fear for your safety. It was just, your confidence has been broken down so much that you don't feel you deserve any better. So
Yeah.
she has likely done that to this man.
Yeah.
And and deluded herself into thinking she was just manifesting.
Yeah. Like, because it's innocent then, it's well-intentioned. And then if somebody thinks that morality's on their side, there is no limit to the atrocities they
right.
can commit. Yeah. Prime example here.
So if your partner is saying, I don't love you anymore, you tune them out and you start saying, oh, they're saying how much they love me. They're saying that they want to be with me forever. They're talking about how much they cherish our relationship.
Whoa.
Right? Like, it's just the self-delusion. It's like she's abusing herself just as much as she's abusing her boyfriend. Like,
Yeah. Just tune it out. And the other thing is like, is she just saying this to get followers, or does she really believe what she's saying? And has this really happened to her boyfriend?
I don't know, because I mean, her whole bio is get your ex back through meditation. So like, she fancies herself someone who is able to provide advice on a situation, probably because she has, in air quotes, successfully done that same thing.
Yeah. I wonder if, I'm not sure if this is like so far, like, obviously I'm not diagnosing her. I've got to do that stuff. Like, I'm just an academic, not a clinician, and this isn't diagnosis. I'm just talking about what's being presented here, and the fact that, like, the other creator that's reacting to it's calling it psychosis. I'm not sure if it is psychosis, because she understands what she's doing. Like, psychosis is a full delusion. So, and you'd have to know more about her background and how she was brought up to figure out, like, how much of it is psychosis, because it might be the type of spirituality or spiritualism might be typical for how she grew up. And a psychosis is something that you completely live in another reality that is not reflected in your culture.
But I wonder if that's how she grew up, so she thinks it's normal.
Exactly.
Right, like one of her parents did it to the other, or the two parents did it to the kids. Like, there's got to be something there for her to be like, yeah, I grew up this way, so how could it not be?
Yeah,
how could it not be normal?
I would be quite interested to know, like, how she happened by all of this stuff, and yeah, like, was it her childhood? Did she get, like, roped into a cult while she was a teenager? Is this because of abuse? Did she use this as a form of escape? Or she might even have schizotypal personality disorder, for example, and they have a tendency to follow magical thinking, like, and I don't just mean belief in God or deity, but like literal things like fairies and mythical creatures and cryptids and things like that. Gotcha. And like, this kind of belief system that she's got here, somebody with schizotypal personality disorder would be kind of roped into that. They'd be pulled into it. It'd be very attractive to them. But yeah.
Is that the magical part of it? Like, would she be thinking that the manifestation has some sort of divine intervention, and that's why she's thinking that she can just manifest these things?
Yeah, like, if she really believes it, then yeah, that could be, that's where, like, it could be a psychosis, or it could be a schizotypal personality disorder, something like that. Like, they do literally believe in magic, and they do believe in these magical powers. So, like, if she's created this belief system here, she might very well literally think that she's affecting his brainwaves with magic.
So she thinks she's magical.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
maybe.
And that anybody can do that, like, if you just learn how. And she's trying to teach people. So it could be that she's adopted like a shaman persona type of thing. And that's the thing, is like, when this is why I find it really interesting when you get cases like this, because, like, well, where does it come from? Why is it? Because, you know, I've listed like 5 or 6 different possibilities here. This is why I'm so against a lot of the pop psychology stuff on social media, is because they say it's this, it's that, and you're never sure. But I find the possibilities way more interesting.
Well, everyone is so quick to diagnose everybody as something.
Yeah, exactly.
Right? Like, if you spend 5 minutes on Reddit, you're going to see at least 10 different comments of like, leave him, he's a narcissist, or your parents are narcissists.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, no, they're just shitty parents. There's a
Well,
difference.
I wouldn't be surprised if people are saying, "Oh, she's got bipolar disorder, or she's in psychosis, or something like that," because that's
Probably.
or
I
she's.
haven't dug down into the comments on her video, but it would be interesting for sure.
That would be interesting. I'll have to look at that later. But yeah.
You don't have to fully believe in it, right? You're probably not going to believe in it fully, but that's not the point. The point is that you're feeding yourself what you want to hear. And then what you're going to do is not give it an emotional response. When they're done talking, let them finish.
Wow.
But when they're done talking, you just say, okay, I hear what you're saying. Thank you for sharing how you feel. And you either move on to a different conversation or you just stop hanging out for that day. Go do your own thing, practice some self-care, get yourself good. Don't dwell on
So
the
I
negative
hear what you're
things.
saying. Thank you for sharing that with me. Don't address anything that was said that you haven't heard because you've been spending all this time. Next time my boss says, like, oh, we're in a pay freeze this year because, profits aren't very good, so no one's getting a raise. I'd be like, so I'm getting a huge big raise. Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah, exactly. I hear what you're saying, but I don't believe it.
You're going to give me a 6-figure bonus to sit on my ass at home for 3 months? Okay, thank you.
Oh, it's scary.
Yeah.
What they needed.
Focus on what you wanted them to say and believe that into existence.
Ignore them completely.
That's how revision works.
So she's basically telling people to completely invalidate somebody else's experiences and thoughts, and just completely just erase them from existence as an agent in their own mind, their own free will. Like just erase all of that.
It's reminding me of a line from a movie, like something about I replace your reality with my own or something.
Yeah.
I have to find it.
Now, obviously, if your person is being abusive, you don't put up with that. You leave.
What?
And you manifest them from a distance.
What?
It is never okay to tolerate abuse. It's never your fault.
So if they're abusing you like you're abusing them, just
That's
leave.
not cool.
Manifest them from a distance, and you can sniper shot them into being a good person.
So the quote, it was from a 1974 episode of Doctor Who, and the quote is, I reject your reality and substitute my own. That's what her whole page needs to be called.
Yeah, that's such a good line. And what was that in?
Doctor Who.
Fault, even though everything is a manifestation and you do have a lot more control over it than you think, it's not your fault. So leave, get to a safe place, and manifest them from a distance where you are safe. But I'm running out of time for this video, so.
Wow.
If they're abusing you, manifest safety. Like it kind of like it almost, that type of thinking could lead someone to the extreme where it's like, oh, every time he hits me, he's just telling me that he loves me.
Yeah.
Right? Like that's so dangerous. Oh,
And it's like, okay, so if he's abusive,
or she, in this case, it's she.
Yeah. but like if you're thinking about, like, so she's telling people to think about their boyfriends or whatever, or their husband, and if they're abusive, then you shouldn't tolerate it in the moment. But what you can do is go away, manifest them to be a good person, and then go back and give them another chance, which you should never do. Like,
yeah. And this guy, he should never have gotten back together with her.
No. It sounds like he didn't have much choice in the matter.
No, it's just sad and scary.
Terrifying.